Steve, why has side mount become so popular?
I think there's many reasons that side mount in the last few years has really become very popular. Partly it's fashionable, and diving, like most things in life, has certain trends. And a few years ago it was rebreathers, and now at the moment it seems to be side mount. So, there's more people diving side mount. There's more people talking about it. There are more side mount rigs on the market. You're seeing more divers at dive sites diving in side mount. It kind of looks cool. Everybody wants to be sort of like up to date and sort of like doing the latest thing, so it means that there's a lot more interest in side mount. But having said that, unless there was some real advantages to diving in side mount, it would just be a flash in the pan. It would go away very quickly. And yeah, I think side mount's here to stay. I think actually it's just the tip of the iceberg so far, and many more people are going to be diving side mount than have in the past. And whereas before side mount diving was really restricted to the cave diving community, and particularly the explorers amongst cave divers, now I think you're going to be finding that a lot of open water divers are choosing to dive in side mount configuration. Why? Well, for my own part, I just find side mount to be the most comfortable equipment configuration to dive in, and I feel very relaxed and very free diving in side mount, and it's that sense of freedom that I like most of all. I always tell people that for me side mount diving is about as close as I can get to free diving but still using scuba equipment. I mean, I love to free dive, that sense of really being at one with the environment that you're in and having none of this extra clutter or equipment around you. But the only problem with free diving is you can only stay down like 2 or 3 minutes, however long you can hold your breath. Well, with obviously scuba, you can stay down much longer. But the disadvantage with scuba is you have all this extra crap that you've got to drag along with you that is, a bit cumbersome to use under the water, and it kind of gets in the way a little bit, and it can bother you. Well, I find with side mount the equipment's so comfortable to wear when I'm in the water that I really don't notice it anymore, and I really almost feel like I'm free diving. I can move pretty much in any direction. I can make whatever movements I want to in this beautiful three-dimensional environment, this weightless three-dimensional environment, and I can stay down as long as I like. So it's a marriage of the two best things about free diving and about scuba put together.
What are the advantages of diving side mount?
Well, apart from comfort, and it's just a great configuration to dive, for me the number one advantage is safety. That I really have true redundancy. I have two completely separate gas sources, so that if I have a catastrophic failure, worst way, I just lose half of my gas. In addition, I have a lot greater access to both the gas that I'm carrying and the gas delivery system, the regulators. They're right there where I can see them, where I can reach them easily, where I can tell if I have a problem, where I can switch regulators underwater if I needed to, where I could breathe directly from a tank valve if I wanted to. So from that point of view, I have a lot more potential ways of getting to the gas, of being able to rectify a problem should one arise during the dive, even though those problems are perhaps less likely to occur in side mount than they are with maybe other configurations, because it's a very safe, protected configuration. The tank valves, the first stages, the regulators, are actually in your armpits where they're protected by your body. They're not up behind you on your back where they're out of sight, out of touch, out of reach to a certain extent, and quite exposed and fairly likely perhaps to get damaged in an overhead environment if you should contact the ceiling. So an equipment configuration that's more streamlined, that's more comfortable, that's better protected, and is safer, and actually has more redundancy. So on all those factors, I think that side mount really is head and shoulders above all the other equipment configurations out there. And the second reason that side mount is such a superior configuration is flexibility. The ability to be able to remove and replace your tanks underwater with ease and efficiency, which you can't do very easily or efficiently with most back mount setups. So no matter what conditions you encounter during the dive, particularly on cave dives or exploration cave dives where you really may not know what's around the next corner, if you come to a restriction, you may be forced to turn around and go back again unless you can actually remove or manipulate parts of your equipment configuration. Obviously with side mount, that's exactly what it's designed to do. You can take one tank off, you can take both tanks off. So very, very flexible, very, very safe, very, very comfortable equipment configuration.
For who does diving in side mount make sense?
Well, I think that pretty much anyone can dive in side mount. Now, obviously, traditionally, side mount has been equipment configuration favoured by cave divers, particularly explorers. And since obviously this is just about the most demanding diving environment, obviously side mount is going to work in just about any other diving environment as well. So really, anyone can dive in side mount, whether they're an open water diver, technical diver, or a cave diver. And the equipment configuration doesn't dictate that you have to be doing a certain type of diving to use it. So you can just make 30-foot dives on the reef and use a side mount equipment configuration, or you could be doing deep technical mixed gas dives using a side mount equipment configuration, or you could be doing long range cave dives using scooters and stage tanks using a side mount equipment configuration. I think for a lot of people, particularly the older divers amongst us, or those with injuries, back injuries for example, or maybe knee injuries who find it difficult to walk long distances carrying heavy equipment loads, then again side mount can really extend their diving career and allow them to carry on diving when it might be difficult to continue diving if they had to struggle with back mount equipment. Because obviously in side mount you can carry the tanks to the water individually, you can put them on in the water, you can take them off in the water, perhaps more easily than you can with a back mount configuration. So for pretty much all levels of divers, for all ages, for all fitness levels, side mount has something to offer, and I think there's a lot of people out there now diving side mount because they find it a very comfortable configuration to dive, and they may be using this configuration in the open water, and they have no intention of ever going cave diving, certainly not becoming a cave explorer, but it doesn't make any difference. You don't have to be a cave diver to be a side mount diver.